President has departed Abuja, beginning a 3-state visit to visit Borno, Bauchi and Lagos states. The presidential airplane took off from the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport at approximately 11:45 this Saturday morning. On his trip to Maiduguri, Borno state capital, President Tinubu is scheduled to inaugurate some projects undertaken by Governor Babagana Zulum and the federal government. He is also expected to attend the wedding ceremony of Sadiq Sharif, son of the former governor of the state, Senator Ali Modu Sharif, and his heartthrob, Hadiza Kam Salem. A statement by the Presidential Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, indicates that from Maiduguri, the President will move to Bauchi to condole with the government of Bauchi State and the family of Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi, the late renowned Muslim cleric and leader of the Muslim Tijaniya Brotherhood. The Sheikh died on November 27. From Maiduguri, President Tinubu will proceed to Lagos, where he will spend the end-of-year holidays. He is expected to be the guest of honor at the Eyo Festival, scheduled for December 27, among his numerous engagements while in the city. The festival at Tafawa Balewa Square will honor prominent figures, including President Tinubu's mother, Alaja Abibatu Mogaji, and former governors Alaji Latif Jakande and Chief Michael Otedola. And yesterday, Friday, President Bola Tinubu presented the 2026 budget proposal of 58.18 trillion naira to a joint session of the National Assembly. President Tinubu said the appropriation bill titled A Budget of Consolidation, Renewed Resilience and Shared Prosperity will deliver the full promise of renewed hope agenda, with a plan to ensure that the 2026 budget is implemented strictly in line with the appropriated details and timelines. State House correspondent Musbaut Nawahab reports.
Here is a statutory meeting of the Federal Executive Council, FEC. Only one agenda on the table for consideration, the 2026 appropriation bill, which must be approved by the Council before presentation to the National Assembly. Vice President Kashim Shettima chaired the meeting, which saw amendments to the Medium-Term Expenditure Framework, MTF 2026-2028.
So the Federal Executive Council approved both the amendment to the MTEP as well as the 2026 budget proposal for presentation to the National Assembly.
President Bola Tinubu takes the FEC-sanctioned proposals to the National Assembly. State governors and Federal Executive Council members, among others, witness as the President lays the budget of consolidation, renewed resilience and shared prosperity. The key sectoral provisions of the budget shows the renewed hope agenda priorities for the coming fiscal year, with defense and security getting highest proposed allocation of 5.41 trillion naira. 3.56 trillion naira is proposed to improve infrastructures, 3.52 trillion naira for education, and health completes the top four with 2.48 trillion naira budget.
The 2026 budget is guided by four clear objectives. One, consolidate macroeconomic stability, improve the businesses, investment environment, promote job-rich growth, and reduce poverty, and strengthen human capital development while protecting the vulnerable.
The key objectives notwithstanding, the President says security takes priority for its centrality to other socio-economic and political sectors.
We will usher in a new era of criminal justice. We will show no mercy, I repeat, to those who commit or support acts of terrorism, banditry, kidnapping for ransom, and other violent crimes. forest-based armed groups, and foreign-linked mercenaries will all be targeted. We will go after all those who perpetrated violence for political or sectarian ends, along with those who finance and facilitate their evil schemes.
2025 saw concurrent implementation of multiple budgets, but now President Tinubu says 2026 will be a year of stronger discipline in budget execution.
Let me be upfront with you. This is a reset, a very hard one. Avoiding abandoned projects, unpaid contractual obligations, and running a multiple budget, both inherited and unfulfilled mandates, is a problem staring the nation. So we are terminating the habit of running 3 budgets on one inflow. By March 31st, 2026, all capital liabilities from previous years will be fully funded and closed.
And to achieve that, President Tinubu reviews directives to appropriate ministries, departments and agencies of government to ensure that the 2026 budget is implemented strictly in line with the appropriated details and timelines.
We will build trust by matching our words with results and our allocations with outcomes. The most significant budget is not the one we announce, it is the one we deliver.
President Tinubu assures that agriculture will also be strengthened to ensure food security while sustaining procurement reforms already enhancing efficiency and cost savings for the government. He believes that with these and other revenue leakage blocking measures in place, his government will compensate Nigerians' understanding and perseverance in the coming year with fulfillment of renewed hope agenda promises. From the National Assembly, Musbal and Wahab, NT News.
The Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, alongside other implementing partners, are appealing for an effective, practicable and acceptable social standards certification scheme in Nigeria in line with the tenets of the Sustainable Procurement, Environmental and Social Standards Enhancement Project. The appeal came to the fore during the oversight meeting of board members who deliberated on the outcome of the recent professional certification training and examination based on world best practices.
The specific project is of particular interest to the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs. This is mainly due to the growing numbers of gender-based violence, ill-treatment of workers, acquisition of land, and a lot of other socially related issues in Nigeria, which this project aims to address.
The certification board is all about regulating and ensuring that professionalism is beefed up, skill is developed in this area, so that all social impact issues will be properly addressed in accordance to best practices.
I've selected about 6 schools, 6 universities from different geopolitical zones of the country. So who are the driver of the process? So us as implementing agencies is to oversee all of these things that they've been doing so that we can even offer certification.
So it is important for us as a country, particularly from the bank point of view, we ensure that our interventions and our actions don't deepen existing gender-based violence patterns.
A survey on elite consensus that will guide national development has been presented to the public and commissioned at a stakeholders capacity workshop. The research is being produced and facilitated by the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, an arm of the National Assembly. Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports.
This is the third time NILS is engaging stakeholders on this project, with a view to charting the way forward on key sectors of national development. Stakeholders appreciated Nigerians for their support and inputs, stressing that working together by putting the country first, Nigeria will surmount its current challenges.
Over the course of 2 months, dedicated academics selected from universities nationwide served as regional and state coordinators, as well as research assistants.
We must remember our shared responsibility to this country and over our prayer and support. Nigeria is our home. If there's any way I can assist this institute in this journey, please count on my commitment to this national discourse.
The project is massive and capital intensive, but no sacrifice is too much in fixing our country and charting a course for meaningful development and progress.
A national summit on elite consensus building for development in Nigeria is billed to hold in the first quarter of 2026. In Abuja, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Panorama continues from Sokoto after the break.
From Sokoto. Onion farmers in Sokoto State have for years suffered heavy post-harvest losses caused by poor storage and limited preservation facilities, eroding the farmers' incomes and weakening the agricultural value chain. To address these challenges, the Sokoto State government, in collaboration with relevant stakeholders, including private investors, are stepping up interventions to support the farmers in reducing losses and boost production. Dalata Abdullahi has details.
Nigeria produces 2.1 million metric tons of onions annually. Sokoto State remains the major production hub, with cultivation carried out during rainy and dry seasons. The crop provides livelihoods for thousands of farmers and contributes significantly to food security in the country. However, infiltration of adulterated seeds and poor storage systems have in recent years undermined these gains, forcing farmers into distressed sales and resulting in massive post-harvest losses. A few months ago, the Federal Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Investment, in collaboration with the National Onion Farmers, Producers, Processors and Marketers Association of Nigeria, organized capacity building training for farmers in the state, focusing on improved production practices, handling, and market access.
Our major concern is how do we meet up with export standards and how do we meet up with good agricultural practices for foreign direct investment as well as local market.
They have really told them on how to apply all the necessary herbicides they need to do adequately that can meet up to international standards, and if that is done, their product is going to be accepted worldwide.
The effort has now been reinforced with the foundation laying of the construction of a modern onion cold storage facility in Mori under the Nova Chill Initiative, a public-private partnership involving the Federal Ministry of Finance Incorporated and Mistros Agro Commodities.
This partnership will not only yield mutual benefits, but also stand as a model for other states across Nigeria to copy.
The facility is expected to extend shelf life, reduce waste, stabilize prices, and improve farmers' earnings, marking a decisive step toward ending post-harvest losses in Sokoto State. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
And in line with that background report, I have with me in the studio the President, National Onion Producers, Processors and Marketers Association of Nigeria, NOCMAN, in the person of Aliyu Metasamu Isa. Saya, welcome to Panorama Studios.
Thank you very much.
All right, so Sadia, we'll be discussing post-harvest losses in onion generally in Sokoto. So how critical is the provision of modern cold storage facilities in addressing onion post-harvest losses?
Thank you very much. As you were all aware, post-harvest losses is one of the greatest challenges in the perishable subsector, which onion inclusive. We are producing onion of about 1.17 trillion naira, and unfortunately we are losing more than 50% of this production, which amount in that value. Then that is to say that we are losing more than 500 billion naira to post-harvest losses every year. And for us, we quantify these post-harvest losses in terms of the effort of the farmer, the resources of the farmer, the time of the farmer, and everything is being put to waste. But thank God, with the effort of the federal government through MOFI, Ministry of Finance Incorporated, and also the state government of Sokoto, with the company called Novachil. They have come to Sokoto. We have launched or do the groundbreaking in More, quite a local government, one of the largest onion producing community, to set up or to construct onion storage facility, which will be completed by God's grace in the next 3 or 4 months, and it will help to save these post-harvest losses, one. 2, it will increase the income of the farmers. 3, it will improve the internal generated revenue of the state. 4, it will contribute to the gross domestic product of the country at large. And most importantly to the citizen, there will be stability in price.
Inshallah. All right, so the processing is also another missing link. What processing solution are you foreseeing?
Yeah, a transformation is undergoing in the onion subsector. This storage is one of it. We also have a company called Dawip Limited, who is in Kalambina, adjacent to Boa Cement Factory. He's currently, I think, 95% completion of his onion processing plant, worth about $5 million US. It's the biggest in the whole of West African state when we commission it, and I think it's going to transform about 30,000 metric tons of onion annually, and that will contribute a lot. That will help to even save the post-harvest losses in one hand. It will increase the competitiveness of our onion in the global market because we are now having some modern infrastructure. And currently, we are importing onion powder from India and China. So that means that we are going to have import substitution on this regard, and decided to preserve that forest that we are using to import onion powder for all the product from Dangote, Unilever, Nestle, and the rest. So that one is coming, and I hope that we should be able to commission his factory in the next 1 or 2 months, and that will be an additional gain to the Tinubu administration.
So what role is the association, that's the NOCMAN, playing in mobilizing farmers, processors, investors to adopt modern storage and processing?
I think we have done a lot by sensitizing our members, by creating the awareness. We have a good governance structure in the whole of Commodity Association. I can brag with this that no commodity can match us in terms of our governance structure because of the incorporation of the traditional system of the onion value chain into the National Commodity Association. So we have informed all the traditional rulers in the onion subsector. We call them the Sadke Albasa, right from the one of the Sultan of Sokoto to the one that is being handled by the village chief. So they were fully informed. They too know the advantage. They too know the boost. They too know the increase. They too know the way that this storage facility will improve their standard way of living.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for coming on Panorama. We have to cut it short here due to time factor. And that was our discussion with the President National Association, National Onion Producers, Processors, Marketers Association of Nigeria, Malam Isa Aliu Maitasamu Isa. All right. To curb misconduct among personnel, the Nigerian Immigration Service has staged a roadwork to raise public awareness on the dangers of corruption. Abdullahi Umar Ilalu reports that the event brought together security agencies and members of the public to foster a culture of transparency and accountability in public service.
The work commenced from the Nigerian Immigration Service Command Headquarters and concluded at the Command College. It is part of the steps taken by the Nigerian Immigration Service leadership to restore discipline, promote integrity, and enhance service delivery. Addressing the participants, the Nigerian Immigration Service State Controller emphasized the importance of maintaining professionalism and upholding ethical standards in the discharge of their duties. He cautioned personnel against using their positions to solicit or accept bribes, stressing that anyone found engaging in corrupt practices will be sanctioned.
We are using this opportunity to leverage on the reforms, also to sensitize the public of what is available to the public, the different services we render to the public, and the ease of doing them.
The roadwork reinforces the NIS commitment to transparency and accountability, sending a clear message that integrity remains at the core of the service's missions to serve nation. In Sokoto, Abdullah Omar Ilalu, NTA News.
And now let's join our correspondent for Sports Update.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria have stepped up their training camp in Morocco as preparation continue for the 2025 African Cup of Nations, which kick off on Sunday, December 21. The 28-man AFCON squad has been fully engaged in drills and light exercises.
Missing out on the World Cup, and this is another opportunity. You know, they say another day, another opportunity. It's another opportunity to correct the wrongs and put smiles on the faces of Nigerians and make the country proud once again. It's not going to be an easy task, but we're really, really up for it. We know the task ahead, and we look forward to enjoying it together here.
Nigeria will open their AFCON 2025 campaign against Tanzania on Wednesday, December 23, in a Group C encounter as Super Eagles aim to start the competition on a strong note. Elsewhere, attention shifts to the Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL) Match Day 18 features, where Air Kaname Warriors take on Eyimba, while Ahmed Musa-led Kano Pillars seeking stability face Plateau United. In the English Premier League, Newcastle United welcome Chelsea in Saturday's early kickoff, while Manchester United entertain West Ham United in a match that will be live on NTA from 3:30 p.m. Tottenham Hotspur hosts Liverpool while Everton face Arsenal to wrap up Saturday's features. On Sunday, Manchester United travel to Aston Villa as Fulham vs Nottingham Forest clash brings match day 17 to a close. With sport updates, Peter Oyibo, NTA News.
Of our package this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Good afternoon.